The Bicycle Music Festival is a way for people to plug in who wouldn't normally know how to plug in. It's a way for people to start thinking about creating a pedal-powered sound system and to really build the infrastructure so that even when the Pleasant Revolution leaves a town, there's going to be inspiration and know-how and experience for creating more bicycle music events.
Find me a woman and I make her my wife. Find me a woman, I'll spend my life with her. Find me someone to call my man. Find me someone that'll have to play with me. Reckon I'm fine and I reckon I'm made. Reckon I'm good, baby, so they don't know.
You never played it anyway, I don't like it. I'm coming to return your flute. I got your flute in a bag on the back of my bike. I'm coming to return your flute.
You keep playing my guitar and I'll keep singing like a bar. But I still need you now. I ain't done with you just yet. 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 I ain't done with you just yet.
My name is Joey Chang, and I also go by Cello Joe because I play the cello. And I play with Stitchcraft, with Amanda Mora Jones, with the Ginger Ninjas, and I also front my own act, which is just called Cello Joe.
What can I say about Bike Tour that I can't say about Manifest Destiny? We're gonna get there, and we're gonna cover it all, and we're gonna go all the way. And I don't think Kipchoge's ever gonna stop. I think that man's gonna keep pedaling until his feet fall off. Probably. I mean, I will.
Well, traveling by train has been like really challenging, extremely so, and painful. The train, not all the train systems in Europe are designed or friendly toward bikers, much less what we have, which is like mega bikes, you know, bikes that are longer and heavier than ordinary bikes, and on top of that carrying like, you know, between like 150 and 200 pounds of gear.
And actually that's one of the things I really like about being on tour, is it seems like every time we stop someone's going to be wanting to do something. Like, it doesn't take long before Jared's got his bass out, and my maracas are always easy to grab, and so we can keep each other, you know, keep the mood up by just killing, you know, spending some time on music.
That is kind of cool, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna hit some buttons, and if it's too soft, then I use this knob. And now I kind of feel like soloing, so I'm gonna hit the ARP. And I'm gonna do this.
Now it controls the speed, yeah. C.
I'm Ed Montgomery, and I play in the band, Kipchoge's band, the Ginger Ninja Band, saxophone. There's coincidences that happen quite regularly, often just meeting people and who we meet, and us meeting each other. So often just showing up in town when somebody's been separated for 3 days, and then they're there at the same exact moment we arrive at the square of that town. Just for me, like, I use it in a way to satisfy my own outlook on life, that just proves that. It doesn't prove anything really, but as a joke, I use it to prove that there's no need for a supreme being, because randomness itself creates enough serendipitous unions and joinings and collisions and combinations of atoms and so on, that life, the way we know it, could evolve only, could easily evolve by chance.
For myself, and I think for a lot of the people on the tour, we are fascinated with the idea of being completely self-sufficient. So that's why we emphasize things like pedal power and bicycling and not relying on fuel, and maybe living a lifestyle that is a little bit less heavy on money. So like we feed ourselves on €5 a day. And I know that was one of the things that really drew me, because I live in a city that's very busy and very cash intensive. So San Francisco, you know, my rent is $1,000 a month. And there was something that was just gnawing at me, like, what if I could take my whole thing and just compress it into one bicycle? So that's why I built the Blue Whale. And the Blue Whale, you know, you can open up the speaker and put your sleeping bag inside it and store all the cables and the batteries inside it and then ride. And I think a lot of people on the tour are fascinated with like this time in history as it pertains to the rise in civilization, and maybe like people are questioning whether we can continue to grow in the way that we have, which is so much about consumption and materialism and production and economy, and whether that's going to continue or whether we're going to cruise or whether we're going to crash or whatever. And I think that's one of the things that when people see us in a square, they're like, it subconsciously touches them in a certain place. They're like, oh, these guys are doing something that's independent, you know, and like whatever we say, they might be more open to it.
When I meet the Pleasant Revolution, it was cool because they are in the same fight, you know. And like us, with Lucy, we were doing this in a pacifist way, by a puppet show, but now I'm continuing with the music.
So my name's Thomas, or as I'm called on tour, Tomas Spellman, and I've been playing guitar with the Ginger Ninjas since February, I think, just a few months, and I went on a tour last fall with the Pleasant Revolution as the electrical engineer, and so now I'm doing both the electrical engineering and playing guitar as well.
Always an adventure. You never know what ends up going inside the food, but sometimes we maybe get some ants in there, sometimes some spiders, but overall I think we got pretty crafty in cooking in the dark, in campsites, and especially we've been really enjoying cooking, like with the bonfire and everybody gathering. Sometimes we have to use our little camp stoves. Sometimes it has been an adventure because there was no camp stove, so we ended up making sandwiches. Sometimes we don't eat, sometimes we eat what people donate us, so it's an improvisation.
You just have to decide it. Everybody can do what they really want to do. If you decide at one point, you just have to take the decision, and it's all the things, it's in the mind.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes I wish I could close your eyes, kiss your ears and fill them up with lies about how I saved the world by killing almost every single bad guy. And we all have little doors that only open from the